Hello everybody, welcome back. So, I'm not doing much today, I'm just doing a quick stream because I need to stream. I'm going to start trying to stream again every single day like I was originally at one point. So, I am doing a resin tutorial. So, it's really simple. As you see, I'm messing with like my camera now. So, let me make it to where y'all can see what I'm doing. I'm going to be using two colors. I will be using gold and silvery gray. So you can see my little setup right here. Ignore this. Ignore that. No worries, it's just a couple minutes, man. So, I will be making a coaster. I have made multiple things recently. I've made including little moss things. But okay. So first step. This is the. Let me open this. This thing does not want to open. This is the hardener. So you pour X amount. I'm pouring about at like just halfway above this line. I couldn't tell you possibly exactly what it is because I can't see it. So now we shouldn't need the hardener anymore. By the way, I'm almost out of both, so you might not be seeing a little bit of epoxy resin for a while. So, how much is in this? Just barely above the line. So we need just barely above the line on this one as well, because we need exactly as close to a 1-to-1 ratio as you can possibly get. So. I know you can't see it on screen because I am holding it up. I need to be able to see the 1-to-1 ratio on my actual screen in my eyesight, so that might be why it doesn't look like I'm here. It's a little bit too much. Realize you can always pour some back in. There's nothing saying you can't. I need to flip it. Pretty close to a 1-to-1 ratio. Okay, where'd the cap go? Okay, don't need that anymore. Okay, here goes the fun part. I'm going to grab my phone and set a timer. I will be showing you this timer so that you know I am not lying. I have multiple timers here, but the timer I will be using is that 3-minute timer and this 1-minute timer up here. I don't need this one. I don't know why I have that. But I will be using these two timers. So, I'm going to start. I'm going to go ahead and just put this down here. So, how you got to do this is, first you pour one into the other. It doesn't matter which one into which one, just pour it. And don't worry about it on the first try getting everything in there, because you will be needing it in a second. I just like getting as much as I possibly can because I would rather mix more than less. Okay, so we'll need that cup in a second. So, next part, I accidentally got some into the mold itself, but I'm glad I actually had that mold there. So now we start the 3-minute timer, and we stir. Just for 3 minutes we stir. Every once in a while you need to check to make sure that your resin's not just sticking to the walls. And also there's one more step to this that I don't do. I'm going to start doing it soon because it makes a lot of difference. but I need to get that tool, and I need to learn how to use it because I don't have it. It's the heat gun. There's a specific heat gun for this resin making that you need, so that you can make sure that you don't like mess it up. And also the heat gun can... I can't believe I put the stick in the wrong way. The heat gun makes the bubbles that appear in this, because you can see bubbles in this. I can't show you them because I'd have to I'd have to try and figure out a specific way. But, so the heat gun will remove the bubbles, which if you're making things such as, let me keep stirring as I do this, such as what I make, which is dice. This is a, I think it's not gunmetal gray, but it is a gray. If you make dice like me, you need to remove the bubbles, because once you remove the top, if you did not remove the bubbles, the top will have holes in it, like a lot of holes, and sometimes the corners will have holes in them as well. So I have to scrap most of my dice because I didn't have the heat gun at first. Now I have the heat gun. So once I learn how to use it, I will be making more and more dice, such as the dice that I made here. This purple dice. Now, I did mess up this purple dice a lot. I have one of them is black, this one part, number 1, and the rest is dark purple that you can like see through and like changes colors. Part of it though, I had to add more resin. It turned out to be like a lavender-esque purple, so that kind of hurt the whole thing. So we got about 40 seconds left, and then we get to the next part. I don't know. Did I just see something drip? What? And how's that doing? I have something to show y'all once I get done with this, because I'm just doing a tutorial and then I'm probably going to show y'all some stuff and probably log off. But one thing I wanted to say is I will be trying to start a business for resin making, and I will be making a website once I possibly can. Okay, there's that timer. Okay, so I'm going to shut off that timer because I don't need that timer anymore. I need the 1 minute timer. Now is the part where you need to get everything you possibly can out of one cup into the other. So this time, you pour whatever mixture you just made, which is a mixture of epoxy resin and hardener. You need to scoop as much as you possibly can out of this mixture, because you need all of it. Okay, and don't worry, if you're doing a mix of colors, you will need this cup later. If you're doing a single color, you will not need this cup anymore. But I'm doing a mixture of colors, so I start this 1 minute timer now, and I mix again for a minute straight. Ignore the fact that I'm just mixing one-handed and the cup's going berserk. I also have little extra things off to the side. As you can see, let me show you some. I have some shooting stars, some little planets. Oh god, I've been putting them way too high. Shooting stars, planets. And I've got regular stars. I've got, these look like little snowflake star mixes. I've got moons. And I've got stars without the inside. Basically, I put those in here sometimes. Like with my main cup holder, which I have right here, I put stars in it, if you can see it. If you can see it. Okay, so my timer's going off, so I don't need that anymore. Okay. I won't need my phone anymore. So, now here comes the fun part. This is actually a fun thing. This part I actually thoroughly enjoy. Don't do what I'm doing where I stick the stick off to the side. Stick the stick in like a cup or something that you don't need anymore. Okay. So I'm going to pour some into this and see if I can get a pretty much a 1-to-1 ratio and get an even amount of color. Because I'm not done with these mixtures yet. That's pretty close to a 1-to-1 ratio. Yeah, that's pretty close. Okay. So now I get to do another fun thing. Ugh. See this gold? I get to scoop it out. I get to scoop a tiny bit out. See? And I put it in this cup. And then if you have multiple of these, it's better if you have multiple, but I only have one, so I use one for all. One for all, like My Hero Academia. So now I get the other one, silvery gray, and I do the same thing. By the way, ignore the fact that my hands are probably sparkly at this moment. They are very sparkly. Gray, put it in there. And then you don't need that spoon anymore. And neither way you need this packet. You can always add more if you want to, which is like why I keep the packet off the side. But this is why you need 2 spoons. So one of them I'm going to be mixing the gold in. And once I mix the gold enough, you'll see a beautiful golden. Like, I like this golden. Now the color mixture I'm doing is pretty wonky. It's gold and silver, or basically what I call gunmetal gray. So here's the gold. Let me move that out of the way. Gold. You don't need to stir a lot, because by the time you stir a little bit, it's going to become that color if you put enough in. Now I have the gray, which this is what it looks like right now. This one takes a little longer to stir. This is what it looks like now. Gunmetal gray. I want to start a little more. Okay. Now we get to the even more fun part. You can either stick the sticks off to the side, which I would highly recommend not doing. Stop it. But now we get to the fun part. Okay, I'm gonna stick these sticks off to the side. I can't have that hitting my stuff. You do not want resin on any of your gear, because it will frick your world over. I'm gonna stick my sticks onto a tin foil I have off to the side that I normally use, but I'm not using currently. This is just a tutorial. So now we can do one of two things. And I will be asking y'all this. Should I do mixed or layered? Layered is, it looks different. Let's say that. But mixed, it's very, it depends on which one is stronger. But since this is the tutorial, I'll make a decision myself. I will do mixed. Mixed is a little easier, because it's not overly, well, actually, I would say layered is easier. But I'm going to do layered. So, I'm going to put the silver on the bottom layer. Okay. So layered is a very interesting one. If you have one of these, which you will need if you want to make a coaster, or something kind of like this, take your little cuppy, and you pour it into the outer edge. And only the outer edge. Make sure you're not pouring too much, because you need enough to go around the whole thing. pretty much all I can out of that. As you can see, it's pretty much empty. Like, there's that stuff on the side, but whatever. So you see it now. The outer rim is all resin. Now I show you why it's called layered. So this is the bottom layer. This is the top. The golden is the top layer. You'll see why in a second. So I take the golden, I do exactly what I did with the edge, except for pour it just inside of the edge, okay? Actually, I'm going to do it a little different. I'm going to start from the center. I'm going to make a spiral, sort of. You don't have to do this, I just like making little cool designs. Why this is called layered is because it is literally layered. Now see, it looks like it's not enough. It really does, right? That's why you still have the spoons. And you move the top layer around. Of course, because I'm not on a level surface, it is not happy. And I would prefer spinning it a little bit to make it layered. To make it truly layered, though, you want the top on top of the outer edge. Just a little bit. You see, it looks like the silver and gold, the gold is just overpowering the silver. It literally looks like the gold is just overpowering the silver. But it is not. It looks like it, but it is not. Because if you lift it, the silver, I don't know if I can get it so y'all can see it. If you can see this like darkness right here, that's the silver. Frick! I dropped some gold on my desk. Do I have... Whatever, I'll just use this. You really don't want this stuff on your setup, but I do it on top of my setup because it's just easier. Now it's going to soak into that. I don't care. So, now I'm going to put this on a level field because it needs to be on a level thing. Now I don't have anything level around me, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it mix a little more. Come on, go in that one dry spot, please. There's one dry spot on this entire thing. Go into the dry spot. Jeez. Fine. We're doing it the hard way. See, now the gray is along the outer edges, and it looks like the gray is covered by the silver. See? This is layered. This is layered. And eventually, it will harden and basically mix. this is layered. Personally, it's one of my favorites. Layered is one of my favorites. I love layered stuff. But I like mixed better, personally. An even easier way to make it mix while being layered, you take one of the spoons and you drag it along the edge. This will force the silver to merge with the gold. H. See, there you go, mixed. Now I will be moving this. And within 3 days, that'll be done. So I just wanted to show y'all a little resin tutorial like that. Of course, you end up with a little bit extra. You can always pour that back in there. So I hope you guys had a great time. Really do. I will be trying to start streaming every day again, like I was. Hope you guys had a great time. Really do. Hope you guys had a great time. See y'all in the next video. Bye-bye. Peace.